Welcome back to Coins Master, your number one stop for coin collecting, rare US coins, and money-making secrets hiding in your pocket change. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 1967 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that's often overlooked but holds more value and mystery than you might think. Stick around, because some of these can be worth big money, and you may have one sitting in your home right now. Let's rewind time to the 1960s, an era of cultural revolution, space race, and financial change in the United States. One of the biggest impacts on the U.S. coinage world came with the Coinage Act of 1965. This act eliminated silver from quarters and dimes due to a major silver shortage and the rising cost of precious metals. Up until 1964, quarters were made of 90% silver, but starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint began producing quarters using a clad composition of copper and nickel. Now, let's zoom in on 1967, the third year of the clad quarter. The United States was still adjusting to these changes, and the Mint took some unusual steps to stabilize the coin supply. They removed mint marks from all coins in 1965, 1966, and 1967 to discourage hoarding. They produced more coins than ever to keep up with demand and public confidence. And they introduced special mint sets for collectors since proof coins weren't issued for those 3 years. The 1967 quarter you may have seen with the familiar portrait of George Washington is more than just pocket change. It's a product of historic change. Let's talk design, because the 1967 Washington quarter is packed with American heritage. Features the classic bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of liberty and God we trust. The year 1967, an elegant depiction of a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. There's no mint mark because, as mentioned earlier, from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from all coins to discourage collectors from hoarding. Composition: outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, 5.67 grams, 24.3 mm edge. Read: this composition gives it a silver-like appearance, even though it contains no silver. The mintage numbers in 1967 were staggering. The U.S. Mint struck over 1.5 billion quarters. That's 1,524,031,848 to be exact. They were struck at Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver facilities, but again, no mint marks were included. Even with such high numbers, certain era coins, high-grade examples, or special collector issues from that year are worth much more than face value today. In the absence of proof sets, the U.S. Mint released special mint sets in 1967, intended for collectors. Sharper strikes, smooth, satiny, or even mirror-like surfaces, better overall appearance coins from these sets, especially in ultra-high grades like MS-67 or MS-68, can be quite valuable and are sought after by collectors. Now let's talk about the hidden gold mines, the era coins. Double die obverse doubling seen in the words Liberty or I in God we trust off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing clipped planchets, a curved clip on the edge, broad strikes, coins struck without a collar, causing the coin to spread, struck on wrong planchets. Very rare and valuable. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions, depending on the era type and condition. Clapperboard, Section 7, Current Market Value, 1146 to 1415, Loudspeaker narrator. Let's talk money. What's the current market value of a 1967 Liberty quarter today? Circulated 1967 quarter typically worth 25 to 50 cents due to its base metal content. Uncirculated example can be worth $1 to $5. High-grade MS-65 to MS-67 often fetch $10 to $75 plus. Super high-grade SMS quarters, SP-68, have sold for $500 to over $1,000 in top-tier auctions. Current market highlight: right now in 2025, an exceptional specimen, such as a pristine SMS or certified era coin, can be listed or sold for up to $26 or even more, depending on the demand and rarity. So yes, your 1967 quarter could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Want to know if your 1967 quarter is valuable? Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Check condition. Coins with minimal wear and shiny luster are worth more. Use a coin grading guide, or get it graded by PCGS or NGC for expert evaluation. Compare sales online. eBay, heritage auctions, and other marketplaces offer great insights into current prices. Check if it's from an SMS set. If you own a sealed set from 1967, take a closer look at that quarter. The 1967 Liberty Quarter dollar is more than just an old coin. It's a piece of American history, minted during a time of change and transition. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this coin deserves a closer look. Who knows? You could be holding onto a valuable piece worth $26, $260, or even much more, so check your change, explore your collections, and always stay curious, because treasures like this are hiding in plain sight. Let us know in the comments, do you have a 1967 quarter? Have you ever found an era coin? Like this video, subscribe to Golden Era Coin, share this with your coin collecting friends, and click that bell so you never miss out on money-making coin tips. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting! If you'd like, I can also design a matching YouTube video title, description, hashtags, and thumbnail ideas to go with this script. Just let me know. Today. Title: 1985 D Liberty Quarter worth $26. Rare US coin hiding in your pocket? Hunters and history lovers, welcome back to Golden Era Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1985 D Liberty Quarter dollar. At first glance, it might look like any ordinary coin sitting in your pocket change. But what if I told you this humble quarter could actually be worth up to $26 or more in today's collector market? Bell. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a single coin worth real money. The 1985 D Liberty Quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which started back in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The design was so loved by the public that it remained in circulation for decades. By 1985, the Washington Quarter was still going strong. That year, quarters were minted at two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The coin we're talking about today was struck in Denver, as denoted by the small D mint mark on the right side of the ribbon under Washington's neck. The quarter features the classic profile of George Washington on the obverse, sculpted by John Flanagan, and on the reverse, the majestic eagle clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, symbolizing strength and peace. Hammer and inch. It was struck in a copper nickel-clad composition, not silver, weighing 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge. Chart increasing. Segment 2, Minting Details and Circulation Facts 3:31 to 6 o'clock, Studio Microphone. In 1985, the Denver Mint produced a massive number of these quarters, over 519 million coins to be exact. That's why it's not considered rare in the general sense. But here's the thing, while most of those quarters have seen heavy circulation, only a small percentage remain in pristine or near pristine condition. That's what makes certain examples of the 1985 D coin highly sought after by collectors. And there are even rarer errors and varieties that can dramatically increase the value, such as doubled die obverse where the lettering looks doubled off center, strikes clipped planchets struck through errors like if a piece of debris was on the die when the coin was struck. Any of these errors on a 1985 D quarter can make it highly collectible. Let's talk about money. What's this coin actually worth? In circulated condition, most 1985 D quarters are still worth face value, 25 cents. But if you have one in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, the value increases dramatically. Circulated, $0.25, $0.75 mint state 60, MS $60 $2, mint state $65 $10, $15 mint state 67 and higher, $26 and above. One flawless example in MS68 was sold for over $800 at auction due to its rarity and pristine condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for high-grade examples with sharp details, original luster, and no scratches. If you have one sealed in a coin flip or coin slab, you could be sitting on a hidden gem. So how can you tell if your 1985 D Liberty Quarter is worth big money? Start by checking these features. Mint mark: make sure it has a clear D under the neck of Washington. Condition: no heavy scratches, dings, or discoloration. Luster: does it still shine like the day it was made? Strike quality: are all the letters and feather details sharp and visible? Errors/varieties: use a magnifying glass or digital microscope to check for doubling, off-center designs, or clipped edges. If you suspect your coin is valuable, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. A certified grade drastically increases the coin's sale potential. You might be wondering, why is this coin suddenly worth more? Great question. There are a few reasons coin collecting is booming. During the pandemic, many people returned to hobbies like numismatics. Demand for old and rare coins has skyrocketed. High-grade shortages. Although 519 million were minted, very few remain in gem condition. Error hunting craze. Collectors love finding error coins, and the 1985D has its fair share. YouTube and social media channels like Golden Era Coins help people realize the treasures they have in their pockets. All of this contributes to the steady rise in market value. It's no longer just a quarter, it's a miniature piece of American history. So next time you're checking your change, don't overlook the 1985D Liberty Quarter. With the right condition or rare error, you could be holding a coin worth $26, $100, or even more. Have you found a rare quarter recently? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your fellow coin collectors. And check out our next video on the top 5 Washington quarters worth over $1,000. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Use cotton gloves when handling high-grade coins. Buy a loupe or USB microscope for error checking. Visit local coin shows or dealers for appraisals. Would you like a thumbnail title and description to go with this video too? To travel back in time, all the way to 1932. That's when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Washington Quarter, to commemorate the 200th birthday of President George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter featured a right-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse, and the American eagle with wings spread on the reverse. But let's zoom back to the year 1986, a time of economic change, Cold War tensions, and a booming American spirit. In coin collecting circles, this year marked one of the final decades before major modern redesigns and precious metal reintroductions. Design details of the 1986 Liberty Quarter. The 1986 quarter stayed true to the classic design. On the obverse, we see the portrait of George Washington, with the inscriptions Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1986 below. On the reverse, the proud eagle perches on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing American strength, framed by olive branches representing peace. Round pushpin mint marks for 1986 include P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and proof coins with an S for San Francisco. Each has unique traits, and some can command serious money on today's market, especially if they have mint errors or are in pristine condition. Mintage figures: how many were made? On-screen graphic of mintage numbers: Philadelphia Mint 551, 199, 000, Denver Mint 504, 298, 660, San Francisco Mint 3010, 497. That means nearly 1.06 billion business strike quarters were made that year, making them common in circulation. So, why are collectors paying $26 or more for certain coins from this year? Why is the 1986 Liberty Quarter worth big money? Well, here's where it gets exciting. Not all 1986 quarters are created equal. Several factors influence the value of these coins today. 1. Mint state condition: uncirculated quarters with no scratches, wear, or blemishes can sell for $5 to $26 or even much more at auction. The 1986 S-proof quarters, struck for collectors with special dies, have a beautiful mirror finish. If graded PR69 or PR70 by PCGS or NGC, they can sell for $20 to $100 plus. This is where things get wild. Coins with double die obverse off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet errors from 1986 have been known to sell for $50, $100, or even $500 plus depending on rarity and grade. A 1986 quarter with a dramatic off-center strike once sold for over $375 at auction. How to spot a valuable 1986 quarter? Want to know if your 1986 quarter is a jackpot? Is it in uncirculated or near-perfect condition? Does it have a visible mint error? Does it have a strong strike in full details? Does it have the S. Mint mark and a mirror finish indicating a proof coin? Use a magnifier or jeweler's loupe and look closely for doubling around the words Liberty, or In God We Trust. That could be a double die. Segment 6. How to sell or get your coin graded. If you think your 1986 Liberty quarter is worth something, don't just toss it in a coin jar. Here's what to do. Use online tools like PCGS Price Guide or NGC's database to compare coin values. Visit a local coin dealer or attend a coin show. Send it in for grading to a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and assign a condition grade that can increase its market value. On screen, PCGS, NGC logos, coin show map graphics. A graded MS67 or MS68 1986 quarter can fetch over $100 to $300, depending on demand. Final thoughts. A small coin with big potential. So, the next time you're sorting your spare change, don't overlook the humble 1986 Liberty quarter. It might look ordinary, but it carries a deep history, iconic American design, and hidden gems that collectors will pay big money for. Even if you don't find a rare error, you're holding a piece of American numismatic history. Megaphone narrator, call to action. Found a valuable quarter? Drop it in the comments. Like this video if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe to Golden Era Coins for more rare coin discoveries, collector tips, and valuable insights into US currency. Bell. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a rare coin alert. Current market values for the 1986 quarter if you'd like. I can also design thumbnail titles, description copy, or hashtags for your YouTube video. Let me know.